channel, everyone. If you are new, I would like to welcome you to our family, and today's video, I'm simply just going to be doing kind of like a life update, just rambling, talking about stuff, and if you don't mind, just kind of play, touch, mess around, manipulate, scratch with your makeup. It doesn't matter if you don't wear makeup, it's just a kind of personal attention, personal. So with that being said, I was, for the 20th time, putting on the Too Faced Lip Injection Maximum Plump. For those of you who used to watch drama channels, do you remember John Cookian? I was thinking about him the other day and how he bought a house and did all of these renovations to it and would get on YouTube and cause drama with a million different channels, and they all hated him, and it was an all-out war. But Too Faced reminded me of him because of his drama with Jared Blandino, the owner of it at the time. I don't know if he still is, and how he hated him for so many years, and finally he started talking to him and they got together. I don't remember, but this stuff, the Too Faced Lip Injection Maximum Plump, is where it's at. So I know the sounds are probably minimal to you, but can you hear all of the planes and jets that are out today? I don't know, but it's a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and just open this. This is the I Do Care giraffe headband. Yesterday I went to Ulta with my daughter because her friend's birthday was the other day. She was getting her a gift, and I guess all the little preteens are into skincare nowadays, right? So she was looking at getting her Drunk Elephant. I was like, Satori, any child putting on Drunk Elephant is going to destroy their skin at that age before it even is finished processing or growing. I don't know what it is with children getting into skincare that is full of retinol and skin chemicals that are supposed to peel the skin and resurface the skin. I think it's wild, and she ended up getting her the brand Bubble, and it was a moisturizer, all natural, well, not natural ingredients, but stuff that won't hurt a child's skin. I was like, that's much better. So I bought this for myself at night when I do my skincare. An actual adult, and I thought it was adorable. It's a little giraffe, get out of here. And I'm going to use it on you first. So that is so cute. Look at the little ears. Little giraffe antennae, or whatever it is. Horns, antennae. It's a bug. Okay. And with your permission, I'm just going to put this on you, okay? I'm just gonna put it on you. Alright, so. Good. Just kind of push everything back that way. Just go ahead over here. Push everything back so I can work on your face. Is that actual lipstick in my hair? It is. And that's another thing that's all messed up, is I thought I would be extra sassy today and try to do something nice with my hair, and this is the result of trying. So that's why I don't try necessarily for myself anymore. But I'm going to start as usual with these makeup wipes. These are the ones I actually use. Everything I have here today, with a few exceptions, are products I actually use daily, and I wanted to bring them to do on you. So let's see. I don't know where to begin. Life update. I usually save this stuff for my side channel. I don't really is, if you have been with our family for a long time, which I've been getting a lot of comments lately, just kind of talking, and I'm going to switch voices. Sometimes talking in a soft voice helps me speak faster. And then I just stopped talking. I've been getting a lot of comments lately from our family telling me how long they've been with our channel, and it's incredibly flattering. So many of you have been with me since grade school, and you're second, third year in college, and it always makes me teary-eyed because I'm like, I can't believe, sorry, I didn't mean to bump you there, I can't believe you've stuck with me for that long, and I love that because that's what makes us a family. You go off, you do your own thing, you come back, and you know you're always welcome here, and I'm always out there rooting for you. So we were all rooting for you. No, but I'm just gonna go ahead and start wiping your face. But I don't know if you've noticed the past few years or couple years, I've kind of I stepped back from really talking much about my personal life. I'll never forget back in 2000, can I? Thank you. Back in 2017, 18, all the way up until 2021, when the situation with my psychosis ending up being a thyroid storm, I didn't actually lose my mind because of mental health. I lost my mind because my thyroid, which had cancer growing in it, was poisoning my body and put me into a psychosis. That's when I truly started stepping back. Sorry, I'm grabbing something here. From posting a lot, and as I was saying, back in 2017, I'll never forget, so many people always reaching out and saying you post way too much personal information. And I never really understood. I was like, but I'm sharing my life with these people. They care about me, and they're like, yes, you might have a very large majority who care about you, Sarah, but there are people who want to see you fall, and any personal information you give them that could be used can and will be. And they were right, and I just didn't listen. I always thought I would learn the hard way. But let me tell you something, once you learn the hard way too often, you don't really want to learn the hard way anymore as much. You know what I mean? You start listening. And as much as I hate those experiences, they're definitely something I can, bring with me. So I don't really post as often. You know what I mean? I don't post as much personal information, but the good news is there's not much personal information to share. The most that has really been happening in my life is my health issues. I've went from a 100% healthy person to my body completely turning on me. Right now we are awaiting an MRI for a mass they found on my liver. No, dear God, we're not going to sit here and make this like a full health video, but I have a lot of things going on with me. I was recently diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I have Graves' disease, but my liver, I have what's called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and there's alcoholic fatty, or just regular, fatty liver disease, which is usually from drinking too much alcohol. But then the liver can do the same thing for people who don't. I think that I'm pretty much done wiping. Just get a little bit over here, I'm sorry. I want to make sure I do fully. But that's why I tucked the little giraffe onto you. That way we can get everything. So yeah, they found during a CT scan recently for other issues a mass on my liver. Now, that mass could either be benign, which means non-cancerous, hamartoma, not a hematoma, not a pocket of blood, or it's a hamartoma. It's almost like a tumor. It's a collection of cells. And this mass is in the right quadrant of my liver. So I have to wait because the CT scan, it didn't show it. So I'm getting an MRI, which is going to go deeper in. They tried to do an ultrasound. It didn't show it, which I'm surprised they went from a CT to an ultrasound because that's less imaging. So I went and got a second opinion. They're like, no, you need to get this checked out. I'm going to go ahead and put on a moisturizer before we mess around with makeup. And I'm not doing a full face. I'm just doing different products. But this is the Brighten Glow Moisturizer with vitamin C. Safe for sensitive skin. I bought this yesterday as well at Ulta. I actually use the First Aid Beauty moisturizer daily and I'm almost out. So I decided to try something different this time with the brightening one. And I'm going to use it on you first. So you get first dibs on the giraffe mask and the moisturizer. So I don't want to make too much noise here. But yeah, I keep bumping you. I'm so sorry. I have you propped up a certain way. Okay, we good? You're not going anywhere? Good. Alright. So yeah, it's just a lot of health issues, a lot of diagnoses. I saw my first rheumatologist and they did, I think, like 21 plus blood tests to try to find what immune disease or autoimmune disease is attacking my body. I had been tested for lupus back in 2022 and all of the antibodies came back negative. However, the symptoms have started again and a lot worse. And my recent test shows that I am positive for the ANA antibodies, so that's another thing that's going on. So it's mostly in my life right now just kind of a health journey I'm working on and seeing why my body is failing me. I went from, again, completely healthy to I am 1 point away from being diabetic. And it's just a mess. So I'm in bed a lot. It took me a long time to realize that the reason I wasn't filming and keeping up with my schedule wasn't because wasn't because I was being lazy. It's because I was sick. And some people will look at me and say, you look completely healthy. I mean, you look a little ratty, Karuna, but you look healthy. That's not the case at all. I suffer from chronic illness, chronic pain, and it's awful. This is what it looks like. This is not what the regular First Aid Beauty moisturizer looks like, but we're gonna use it anyway. It smells good. Go ahead and give it a sniff. Now, before I put this cream on you, I'm gonna go ahead and put some SpongeBob SquarePants hand sanitizer in the scent of bubblegum. Do you guys remember the Bubble Yum? And it had like a jelly in it, in the middle of it. Everybody forgets like that candy. I mean, so many of our family members are like kids nowadays, but I'm talking about like anybody who's from like the 90s. Do you remember like the candy? Then there was the Laffy Taffy with the watermelon seeds. I don't know if you remember, but it was the best tasting Laffy Taffy that they made. Same with Tootsie Rolls. They had like the watermelon ones and it was just so good. I think they still do have the watermelon Tootsie Rolls, but not the Laffy Taffy. But okay. So yeah, I could go in a deep dive more because I don't, again, want to make this whole video about health because I do have some positive things to talk about. And I'm so excited about those things and proud of those things. As many of you know, I was, nominated in, this happened all the way in October of last year, but it wasn't until the December issue that I was put in my city's most influential People's magazine at the end of the year, and I was so excited and honored to share ASMR. And one of my new really exciting things is to be in that magazine again for next month's issue. I think it's next month or the month after, I'm not sure. I think they're releasing it, I'm pretty sure they're releasing it in April. So dabble to you with this stuff. Look how jelly, it's like, slap it, like, look at that. Look at that jiggle. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. My money don't jiggle, jiggle. It folds. I like to see you wiggle, wiggle, for sure. I'm really tired of that song because my kids always sing it, and I am tired of it. Okay. But, I used to have the biggest crush on Louis Theroux, and then I found out he fell in love with that girl on that podcast that he made the Jiggle Jiggle song. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply. Good. This. So, I am going to be in the health issue of my city's magazine again. It's not as big as of an article for me, but it's so nice to be mentioned and show, you know, what I work on and what I do, and how ASMR can be healing for everyone. So I really love that for me, especially just how quiet my life has become, being sick all the time, the moments, the bad days overtake the good days, so good days are sparse, and when they do come, they're so much more appreciated than when I used to take advantage of those days. Sorry, you have a little bit, just a little bit right here. I'm trying to be as gentle as possible. And you know, our queen, Superfly, always, she talks about how I like being gentle and just going gently, 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 gently. You know, if you do hear any sounds in the background, I live right near the high school and in my area, but it's like a mile and a half away, and you can still hear the kids on the field today. And I was like, that's so crazy, because it's far enough away. You'd think it wouldn't echo because I live in the forest. Living in the forest. Do you guys know that song by Roger Miller? The one who sings, can't roller skate on a buffalo farm, can't roller skate on a buffalo farm. He's like little John walking through the forest, running, jumping, swimming, not caring what nobody has to say. Okay, so while that sets, I'm going to show you, or actually, I'm going to go ahead and put on some lip balm on you while we let that set, and then, is that awful sound? What is this, like, awful foil sound? This is not rummaging good ASMR. This is like, okay, I've got it. It's this little brush thing I'm going to use in a bit. Ugh, we don't want those sounds. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put on lip balm and then some primer, and then we'll just mess around from there. Like, for example, I've got some brow gel and some under eye color correctors. I put on nails for the first time yesterday. Oh, wait a minute. Where was I going with that Roger Miller song? Where was I going at all? That's okay. Oh. I don't know. Okay. So this lip balm I'm going to be putting on you is the Treat Marshmallow. I saw this ad on Facebook for weeks, and I finally bought it. They made it seem like it was like the creamiest, just amazing marshmallow lip balm you've ever had, but it tastes... It just doesn't, like, you go ahead and smell it. Yeah, it smells good, right? But it doesn't smell like, I know, right? Okay, can I try it on you, though? Like, it tastes different than it smells. Like, it's very tolerable. It's good. Yeah, like, it's super pampering to the lips, at least. And that's what I love about the Too Faced lipstick. Or lip gloss. But anyway, I don't even remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I totally don't. That's okay. That's okay. 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 So, my son celebrated his 11th birthday on Monday. We are not actually celebrating till this weekend, but for Monday, when he got home from school, I surprised him with a little cake, and a little gift bag, and it was filled with games like Donkey Kong, Mario and Donkey Kong, which I'm super excited for Showtime coming out games, and I am finally finishing up Tears of the Kingdom. I've played it almost every day for a year. I took a break in December to play Hogwarts Legacy on Switch. I remember I spent $500 of money I did not have on a PS5 just to play Hogwarts Legacy when it first came out. And then for some reason, I played it again on Switch with less graphics and harder controls, and it's so funny because I loved every minute of it. But okay, I'm gonna put on the primer. Put on the primer. Speaking of, but again, with Odin, he's celebrating his 11th birthday. I mean, he turned 11 Monday. We're celebrating Saturday. But we did a little cake for him on Monday, and I got him a bunch of gift cards with the games, and he was so excited. And we're going to his choice of Dave & Buster's on Saturday. You take that kid and put him anywhere with like bright flashing lights and gaming and just challenges that he can use his brain to solve. Like, he'll be in heaven, and he loves it, and I love that. And when I say I did it, oh, that's where I was going. Back when I was talking about the magazine, I said you probably want to hear about, and then I cut off. We'll get to that in a moment, but so many things. Now it's coming back to me. Victor got a new job, and he is working to get his own place, finally. I know a lot of you ask about Vic. Before I forget, this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer Plus Hydrating Primer. I use it for my makeup. I use a moisturizer under it, which is the First Day Beauty, as you saw. But anyway, a lot of you ask about Victor and how he's doing. How we're doing. Victor and I adore each other. We really do. We do amazing when we do amazing, but because life is changing so much, and with my body changing so much, I prefer to be alone a lot of the times, and I genuinely, with all of my person, think Victor is an incredible father. I think that he is just such a good person, but as a partner, he's not. To me, to us, we just aren't compatible in that way anymore, and Victor has done a lot of things that he's apologized for, and same with me back in the day. A lot of things, and we're just not good for each other. We're not good for one another, so we tried to work it out several times. We co-parent. We don't sleep in the same bed. We moved out probably well over 2 years at this point ago. But he finally got an incredible job, and he's working to get his own place. So this week on Odin's birthday, he was working. He's in training right now, and it's such a good job. I was shocked because he hasn't worked for so long, 8-9 years, and he got this job, and it pays. It's insane. Like, it's so beneficial for his life and for the kids, and I'm so happy for him, so that's really good. But anyway, on Odin's birthday, he wasn't home, so I just did a little cake because this weekend we're going to be doing the little party there. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and put on this under eye corrector. And this is the Autocorrect by Sunday Riley with caffeine, lutein, and horse chestnut. So, little tip for those who like to paint their nails. Did you know that if you just take like you're not supposed to shake your nail polish bottle, you're actually just supposed to do this with it? I guess because you can make the polish formula too runny or something. I never knew that before. Let's see what else is going on. But this is gonna make your eyes like super bright and everything. And then I'm gonna put probably a gloss on you. So, what I was talking about earlier with the magazine and everything, how I love that for me, which I do. Love showing people about ASMR. I love showing my city. I have a lot more people. I had a lot of opportunities that showed up after that magazine article. But during that magazine article, many of you know about the man who stalked me. So, I stopped talking about it because we were in the beginning of a defamation lawsuit with them. And I'm not allowed to talk about another lawsuit that was just settled. But we were starting with the man who stalks me. And it got so bad to the point I ended up having to file a protection from abuse order against him because he had started following my children home from school. And again, this all occurred back in October of last year, and then it settled down around the end of December. Throughout January, he started posting about me again, but he stopped because my attorney did her job and pushed him away from that. The protection from abuse order, we ended up going to court. There was like a small, not a trial, I guess. Like, I had to be on the stand. He had to be on the stand. The judge ruled in favor of my children, so my children have a PFA against him. So essentially, we're all protected, essentially, but Victor and myself do not have it. My kids do have the PFA against him, and there's that. So I'm really excited to keep him away from my children, because it got to the point again that he was driving up and down my neighborhood, up and down my house, throwing things out the window again. It was awful and very scary. And little update on that, he got arrested twice in the past couple months for causing disruptions up at borough meetings and things like that. Right now he has a misdemeanor 3 for disrupting one of the meetings, screaming at some of the people. Like, he's going to kill somebody, and it's horrifying. And I'm uncomfortable sitting here like a jackass and talking about it, because to this day I still put out the message that if I ever go missing, or if I stop posting for like a month, or if nobody can get a hold of me, he did it. Okay, he took me. He's it's this serious business. So there's an update on that. We ended up getting the PFA is what I was trying to get at, and right now he's suing the borough for charging him for disrupting. It's amazing how many people ended up finding out about him. This is the Wonka. What's that? It's the unknown. So I have this Wonka gloss I'm gonna go ahead and put over that chapstick, and then I'm gonna get out these brushes and brush your face a little bit and use that foil, whatever can, to do a little bit of brushing, get any excess makeup off. So this is from the She Glam Wonka collection, and the nails I'm wearing are also from the Wonka collection, but I refused to see the movie because I highly dislike Timothée Chalamet, or however you pronounce it, as an actor. I don't like it. I don't like him. It's not him. It's really not. It's just him, you know? So, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. But it's really rewarding knowing that the man who stalks me can't be around me. We ended up running into him one time at the grocery store, and he thought that we couldn't see him hiding to follow us. And I ended up filming the whole thing and getting it taken care of. And he got threatened by law enforcement that if he kept up with me, they were going to arrest him. And if he violates that order, he could go to prison up to 5 years. If he goes anywhere near my kids, or if I'm with my kids, obviously. Anything that happens that is putting us in a threatening situation, he'll go to prison. And that's what that order is, protection from abuse. And we came to find out also he had a protection from abuse against his ex-wife. And then you know about Megan dragging her and chaining her up in his basement and things like that. So, it's good to know my kids are protected. I bought these off of Temu. I don't use Temu anymore. My credit card information got stolen and somebody bought like $200 worth of wings from a wing stop in California. Like, there's no other way this person got my card number. It had to be Temu, and also, you know, slave labor, which they portray themselves as if they're some like amazing company with like great prices and great products, and I'm just like, no. So I ordered these last year, a couple months ago, December, January, something like that. I keep forgetting that it's March. It feels like it's still like February, nearing the end of March. And I'm just gonna take these out. These are I'm not really gonna worry about this one, but this is Hufflepuff. And it doesn't look like a badger, it looks like a rabbit, kind of. A little bit. I don't know. Anyway, it's like Slytherin colors for some reason. Okay. But it's the 4 houses, and there's Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, and Slytherin, and then the Hufflepuff below. The Ravenclaw's the correct color, Gryffindor and Slytherin. I guess the gold can pass as the Hufflepuff. I don't know why they didn't send that as yellow. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this Ziza, and I'm going to put it to your lashes, and I'm going to put a little bit on the brows, and then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to brush off some of the powder and put a little bit of brow gel on. But this, I don't know if you can see it, is glittery. It's kind of glitter. It's not really good in showing up. But there's really, it's pretty much the updates that are going on. We're planning a vacation to Orlando this summer. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on your brows, and then we're gonna work on the lashes. And it's just gonna add a little bit of pop, like with the eye brightening serum I put on. But I kind of just stick to myself. Again, with the health journey. The reason that a mass is so important to make sure we find out is because they found the stage 1 papillary thyroid carcinoma in my thyroid. And everybody always is like, oh, it's the good cancer. That cancer was contained. You're so lucky. It's like, why would you say that? There is no good cancer. Cancer's awful, and it takes the lives of people every day, every minute of every day. Cancer is not good in any shape or form, and the fact that it was found growing in my body is horrifying to me. So, just want to make sure that that is benign or removed if needed. Satori is doing wonderful. She is such a happy little girl. Like, my kids, they're so incredible, and I'd love to include them in videos and things like that. And I do at times. Like, my son is begging to show his face and do streaming now that he's 11, and I'm like, Odin, no. And he's like, what if I wear a mask? I'm like, Odin, no. Like, Satori has a YouTube channel. It's called Daniel Wolfie. And she doesn't post her face or voice or anything. She just does like Roblox stuff. Okay, go ahead and open wide. I'm not gonna really have you blink much in the first couple blinks, sure, so go ahead and blink. 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 Okay. But Odin wants to stream. Go ahead and blink. 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 Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on then gently. 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 But I don't want Odin or Satori to show their face. I was like, Odin, you can go on and post like your Fortnite stuff or like anything like that, but I don't. It's different. And then, they're in, like, the only time that I let them show their faces are in videos. I can control the comments, I can control the narrative on those videos. I'm not doing it like where I'm not in it with them, because people, it's like that whole Ren situation that's going on right now that is insane. The little girl from TikTok and how many saves and everything. It's like, I don't really realize, you know what I mean? Like back in the day, I had a video of Satori, and it was a massage video, like a baby massage video. And I can't believe that, you don't really think about that when you do it. And it's like, now that Ren situation's coming, did you hear that? My mouth just farted. But now that you see that stuff's coming out more widespread, and then they explain the situation as to why, it's like, okay, absolutely not. So, but other than that, the kids are doing so wonderful, and they're just becoming such incredible little kids. And I'm gonna be taking the Ravenclaw brush and just coming under and brushing off excess glitter. Like, for example, Odin is just so intelligent in regarding to coding, and he's blossomed so much this year. He's starting to blossom and grow up. He's starting to smell bad. Like, I'm going in his room and picking up laundry, and I'm just like, this is pre-teenagers, or like, these are teenagers, this is awful. And he's just so happy, and like, he's finally making good friendships. And speaking of friendships, I have 2 amazing best friends, sisters, who I hang out often. You can see them on my Facebook. I have never really asked if they wanted to come on the channel, but we talk about it. And me and the girls will go and we'll get breakfast, and we'll go down to our local museum, and we go to yoga, drama yoga, every few weeks, and we spend some time together. We talk all the time, and it's incredible knowing that I never allowed myself or opened myself up to real friendships until recently. Stable friendships, you know what I mean? Because I come from a past of addiction, and in addiction it's hard to keep stable relationships, so I prefer to isolate. But I have truly found 2 just incredible sisters, and they are my world. But as I was saying, I didn't want to forget. But yeah, before, like, Odin's finally finding amazing friendships, having play dates, like blossoming into such, I don't know, little independent kids. Like, Satori talks to her best friends every day after school, and it's just so nice. As you get older and you go through such issues, like bad situations, trauma, and you learn that sometimes it really does take a tribe, and you don't have to isolate yourself. Like, there isn't anything wrong with you. Like, you grow up and listen to everybody else. Most people are wrong. Like, I think everybody's smart enough to know by now, if you sit back and you specifically spend your time on one person and hating them and talking about them and criticizing them, when you literally know truly nothing about what goes on behind closed doors, or just overall putting so much energy into another person and what they do, and like criticizing that, it's like, I think everybody's kind of smart enough to know that's like mental illness, you know what I mean? So for years, like back in the day, I would listen to that, and I would be like, there is no way, absolutely no way, these people can be right? No. And whenever I stopped truly giving a shit, the past couple years, because of, again, my health and some real suffering behind the scenes, like the situations that happened, you learn to blossom and be yourself and just love yourself for who you are. So I am going to go ahead and open this. I don't know if I like the sound of this. gonna go ahead and get that glitter off and just brush a little bit more downward, and then but yeah, like, nothing's really, I don't know, again, like, other than just very calm and peaceful life, other than, again, what I've talked about today that's going on. I have some big opportunities coming up this year. The magazine, I can talk about the others, not just yet, but we're doing really well, and I don't really have some tea, like good tea, other than, like, praying every day that Stalker John goes to jail, and I know he will in time. All in time. I remember the police used to, like, promise it, like, all in time, Sarah, all in time. We're all holding out too, like, as long as my kids are safe, as long as everybody's happy. And I'm really happy for Victor. We're doing well, we're doing good. And I'm happy for what just my life is blossoming into, despite, you know, body things, my body turning on me. We're just good. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put this brow gel over top the glitter. And that should do it to it. 24-hour brow setter. I hope you are doing well out there, family, and this video. I don't really have much in this video to give. Nothing's too exciting. I'm waiting on a package. I don't collect reborn dolls anymore. I want to do videos like that on our side channel, like talk about skincare, like talk about random stuff. Comment down below if you've made it this far, but talk to me. Tell me, would you like me to be on our side channel? My side channel, I know, I'm so used to calling this channel our channel, so I'm like, our side channel. That channel is more for, like, personal ranting and stuff, but if you would like to see me do, like, skincare and, like, the Harry Potter room tour and things like that, I'm gonna do a potions chest. I finally finished that recently, so. I'm going to take, where is it? Right here, this one cotton round. I'm just gonna come in and wipe a little bit. Tap, 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 tap. But if you've made it this far, comment down below and tell me what you'd like to see me talk about over there, because it's not an ASMR, it's easier to chat about, and I can think more, I can't double task, so. Let me go ahead and take off the giraffe. And you look amazing. So, I love you if nobody's told you today. And with that being said, I'm going to head out and maybe go for a bike ride. I love you, family. See ya.